Zeah, a kingdom divided, a place where political struggle is rife, where ancient threats lie in wait, and where one man will begin his greatest adventure. He will travel this great land, across treacherous swamps, untouched beaches, and caverns filled with otherworldly beings. Here he will achieve what few others have, and take on the mightiest of foes, alone. His name is Hosidius Flo, and he is Bankless Abroad. In today's episode, we'll be hunting down the sought-after Runekite shield, busting some of Zeah's biggest criminals, highlighting some future skilling methods, and beginning our first Slayer task. But before we begin, I want to give a massive shout out to everyone who's been supporting this series so far. Most notably Stumpy Nigel for his blender tips, Good Grief and his amazing community from his Fremlock series, and a fellow Zeah Locked UIM, Dre, who I'll hopefully be doing some endgame stuff with in the future. Links to all their channels will be in the description, so feel free to check them out. Lastly, if you are enjoying this series, please show your support by dropping a like, subscribing and leaving a comment. I'm always keen to interact with you all. Starting off the Runekite shield grind, you join me southwest of the Shadian camp, killing the head guards, for a lovely 1 in 512 drop rate item. My method involves me praying melee, as they do hit quite hard, and when my prayer is running low, I head over to the nearby altar, recharge and head back. By not using food, this will save me a lot of time. Look at that cheeky blood rune, that's bank money right there. One thing I forgot to mention was that I'll be killing gangs during this grind. They pop up every 20 minutes or so, they're easy to complete and have a juicy drop table. Most notably intelligence that can be handed in for combat XP. We need 75 combat to start Slayer, so every bit will help. Dr. Jekyll, my old friend. You know, I never have herbs for you, but I will happily take a strength potion. That'll speed things up. Alright, let's take a sip and look at that strength boost, all shiny. I think that we get our max hit up to 13, which is my lucky number. What's your lucky number? Let me know in the comments. And there it is, slapping those cheeks. So welcome to Flow on Gangs, busting some of Zeah's toughest criminals and bringing justice to the people of this land. So I've decided to speed up this clip, showing my method of taking them down. A mix of praying melee on the harder hitting members and the boss, and tanking the rest as my stats are still quite high, and also praying range if needs be, as the boss can attack with throwing knives. I'll see you shortly with the loot. Alright, just finishing off the gang boss. That's looking quite fruitful. Black chain body, black skim, some planks to sell and a couple of intelligence to hand in. Looking good so far. Just finishing off another set, and I'll be holding onto the oak planks for construction and the compost for farming, but selling all the other drops to build up that cash stack. Looks like we're finishing off with 3 intelligence, some planks, runes and a helm to sell. Lovely stuff. Today's set of gang busting has led us to the barbarian camp. A nice change of scenery here. Annoyingly not as many drops this time, as they also drop noted herbs that aren't as so useful at the moment, but some XP to hand in, which is nice. Okay, we're back at the base camp after busting a few more gangs, and this time will give us 59 attack. 1 away from 60, which will give us access to dragon weapons, most notably the dragon short sword, which has a great stab bonus for Chambers, and we're also getting closer to that lovely 75 combat. On day 4 of the grind, and we've got 59 hit points rolling in, we're averaging about 3 to 4 hours a day doing this, just to kind of give an idea of the time spent. It would be nice to get all 60 melee stats soon and ever closer to 75 combat. Alright, bit of a stressful level here, but that's 60 attack rolling in, whilst trying not to get stacked out by this gang boss. That means dragon weapons have been unlocked. And look at that haul, we've got 4 tomes to hand in, and can now make a start on training defense. Starting at 55, and hopefully these tomes can speed things up quite a bit. These are definitely the dopamine tones of this account. I love seeing that XP bar go up. Look at all these gangsters stacked up in here. That's 56 defense rolling in. Hopefully I survive this one and escape with the loot. Good evening, Niles. That certainly is a bowl, good sir. Holy shit, 240 coins. Let's go! Our biggest haul yet, guys. We've got 5 tomes to redeem. Looks like we'll be getting a level here, and damn, that feels so good. Look at all those beautiful XP drops. $57 defense rolling in, 3 away from 60. Taking a break to do some farming. That's 25 farming. I can now plant this lovely woad seed. What are you up to there, Flo? Oh, you know, just raking in those likes again. You know what to do. Likes, please. Day number 5, still no Runekite shield, but that's 58 defense. On average, I'm killing around about 60 to 70 a day, so we're getting closer and closer to the drop rate, and I really do hope we get it soon. So you're probably wondering, these don't look like gangsters, and you are correct. These, my friends, are sheep. I want to take a break from training combat and show my early game training method for crafting. Here by the lovely Watson's house, we have a nice lot of sheep and a spinning wheel, which we can spin wool into balls of wool for 2.5 XP each. Once I hit 10, I'll be making my way up to the flax field here. I'm running back to make bowstrings once I've picked the flax. Once I get to 16, I can make holy symbols. So I'll grab a mould from the monk camp south of Hosidius, mine silver up here in the mine in Piscarillis, and then take the minecart to Lovercange, smelt up here into bars and make into the symbols, and on the way back I can sell in the general store for some extra cash. However, to do this, I need to get 65 Lovercange favour. 65% Lovercange favour to unlock the Minecrafts. A whole grind in itself. And why do we need this? 30 crafting to start off Piscarillis favour. All that shearing to be able to say, my crafting level is 2. So we've been here for a while, and that's 5 crafting. We can now make gold rings and birdhouses. Oh, I wish we could do birdhouse runs here. I do miss them. Aside from making a bajillion balls of wool, there's another reason we are here, and that's to get the first step towards 99 hunter complete. And that's getting our fishing up to level 43, one of the requirements for aerial fishing, our best hunter method, as I'm not allowing myself Eagle's Peak for the gins. There's also some funky rewards that I'll get into later on. So this was a super long grind, and I did most of it AFK on mobile whilst at work, but that's 43 fishing, and once we get 35 hunter, we'll be able to start aerial fishing. And we finished off the 1k feathers, and that got us to 45 fishing. Very nice. That's right, birdie, run away. Well, fly away and be scared. Just like Ash, I'm going to catch you all. Welcome to the Chambers Lowlands, where we'll be achieving 35 hunter, all from these birdies. And I've got a knife too, and we'll be cutting down the trees nearby, flexing them into arrow shafts, and adding the feathers there too. Talk about efficient skilling. Small milestone coming in, 30 hunter. We can now catch gyral bats in raids. How exciting.
You join me here on the great plains of the Chambers Lowlands, where many beasts live, hoping to catch a glimpse of the elusive Zeah UIM. And there he is. Don't make a sound. He looks ferocious.
And he's also going to be spending that XP lamp from the diary completion on Hunter. Thank you for the intro there, David. I want to speed up this grind and get to aerial fishing as soon as possible. So that's 2k experience for 32 Hunter, only 3 levels away. So I've been fletching the logs from the nearby trees, and that's 22 fletching. I'll need high fletching for Rubybox E for Chambers, so I've got to start somewhere. The final bird caught, giving us 35 Hunter. We can now catch bluegills via aerial fishing, and that'll be our best hunter method from 35 to 99. Luckily more fish can be caught as we level up, so the XP should be good. So let's pack up and head over to Mulch Island. So I didn't manage to record the first part of training here, but all you need to do is grab a cormorant from the nearby trainer, and I used some worms from the floor as food to begin with. And once a few fish have been caught, you can use a knife on the fish to get more food and cooking XP. The green coloured spots here allow you to catch the fish quicker and to do some tick manipulation, I think. I should end up with 99 fishing from here as well. The bird is doing the work here, but that's 40 hunter, first milestone. Ooh, and 3 traps at once. Won't ever need that, but it's good to see. Also starting to get some mulch pearls in. I'll flash up the rewards tables now, and there's some interesting stuff on there. So here's my first attempt at peak efficiency, aerial fishing. As soon as you see the bird go into water, use the knife on the fish next to you to cut into food, and this actually uses the fish you just caught. So with some drum and bass on in the background, I found this a super fun method. Is this 1 tick or something? I must be a pro gamer right here. All of the fish cutting has netted a cheeky cooking level of 37, but it all counts, and we can make blueberry specials. Yum! So I've returned to the head guards as RSI was starting to set in, and I'm keen to get 75 combat as soon as possible. Just missed 60 defense and also 60 HP earlier as well, but that's base 60 melee stats. Still hunting for that Runekite shield as well. I hope the RNG is good to me. Been AFKing down at Sand Crabs, and a few levels coming in at 61 attack and 61 strength 2, getting very close to 75 combat. Hey, and there it is guys, 61 hit points coming in. We've finally achieved 75 combat, and we can now take on our first ever Slayer task. So I'm up here atop the lofty heights of Mount Karum, and the awesome Good Grief has informed me that if I motorboat Kona, I should get lucky with this task. Yes! Ankus! In the catacombs as well! What a relief! I'm going to have so much fun slaying those slimy, weird skeletons. Let's go! So, if you've seen my YouTube short, you may be familiar with this shot. I'm attempting to get shade robes here once again, but this time tanking Dragonfire, and it doesn't go so well. It's a free ticket to Lumbridge again. And because like all pro gamers, I don't learn from my mistakes, and I'm heading back to get my stuff and try again once more. Hopefully I don't lose everything. Alright, we did it guys. If you see in my inventory, there are 2 lovely new items, shade robes. I jumped on my ult to tank the Dragonfire and managed to pick up all my items and stayed there, and I managed to get the drops back to back, so that was fantastic. So these robes offer a +9 prayer bonus, extending the length of my prayer a fair decent amount. That way I can pray melee against the Ankus and try and get as many kills as possible per each full prayer recharge. Here we are at the spot to kill Ankus. It feels so good after so long to finally be able to train one of my favourite skills in the game, Slayer. Watch as I take down my first monster. There it is, the first kill and the first Slayer level. My Slayer level is now 2. Only 83 more to go. So for those of you wondering how am I recharging my prayer so effectively, well after it drains I run back up to the exit and make my way into Kauran Castle, and on the 2nd floor is a nice altar by the bank to recharge. Close enough to make it viable. Back down in the depths of the catacombs, and look at that, a lovely tooth half of a key just sitting there. Useless but nice to see. And that's our first double-digit level, 10 Slayer on the Zeah only UIM. Alright, this is going to be the final kill of the task. It's taken a bit of time, but been so worth it. I'm going to telly out and get myself another task, and hopefully it's as good as this one. Just because I haven't been able to do this yet, I wanted to price check everything and see the loot from that task. I can't sell this for much, but it's nice to see the lootations. We've got some runes, some ores, that cheeky tooth half, and some arrows. Not bad. 22k for the first Slayer task, but it might not sell for that much in the shops. Okay Kona, we are back for Slayer task number 2. Cheeky emote for luck, and... oh no! Damn it, I was worried this might happen. Cow fights in the cow fight cave. That could make things a bit difficult. So, I've been preparing for this for a while, and there are a few things I want to discuss with you guys about Slayer, and here's a cheeky flowchart to show how it would work. Get it? Flowchart? So, up top you have Kona, of course. Does she assign a Zeah task? Yes, excellent, you can complete and repeat. So, up top you have Kona, of course. So the first question, does she assign a Zeah task? If yes, excellent, you can complete it, you can go back and get a new task. If no, we can look at, can the task be skipped by Turiel? So if it's something he doesn't normally assign and can assign something easier, then that's a yes. And then we ask, is it a Zeah task? Yes, excellent, you can complete the task and repeat. No, we could potentially do the task off Zeah, not pick up any drops including Brimstone keys. All we can see is the new task on Zeah. No, do the task off Zeah and don't pick up any drops. So that's how it could work. A fairly inconvenient exception. However, the only realistic way to get Slayer levels is training it this way. Spending hundreds of hours trying to lamp it, in my opinion, is not fun, especially seeing as 85 Slayer is a huge goal for the whip, and beyond for some of the higher level Slayer monsters like Hydra. And this account is first and foremost supposed to be fun. Not just to watch, but also to play on. But I do appreciate maintaining a certain level of cleanness to the account. If I were to take this exception, I wouldn't allow any other exceptions, such as insuring pets, doing certain quests off Zeah for achievement diaries. One of those would be like doing the Eagle's Peak for box traps, and any other exceptions possible to keep the restrictions high. So I've got some thinking to do, and I won't be letting you know until the next episode. Cheeky little cliffhanger for you. But by the time this is out, I will already have made up my mind, so if you know what I've chosen, please don't spoil it. But feel free to leave opinions in the comments and ask questions, and I'll be happy to reply. So to recap, in today's episode we grinded out the Runekite shield, however unlucky so far, but we achieved 75 combat and completed our first Slayer task, which is fantastic. We also looked at the future crafting and hunting methods, which were also awesome to see. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and please do show your support in the form of a like. Give us a subscribe and comment below what your favourite Christmas meal is. I'm going for 100 subs at the moment, so my content can make it out there more. So all support is much appreciated. But for now, stay safe and look after yourselves. See you back in Zeah soon.